car ride, and it's just as at a red light. Now moving forward, just want to make sure that you are all safe and sound. Unfortunately, over here at the God TLC studios, we noted that someone tried to break into our house and steal our dogs. And I didn't know what was going on. Fortunately I was on our porch, picking up, setting everything up, setting up some panels, some bamboo panels, and I heard it all. I saw it. Um, During that, hearing what was going on outside of our driveway on the street, I tried to get the license plate, and I know exactly where, those people live. So we're gonna keep track of what was going on, right? We're gonna set the surveillance in that direction, and as soon as they like noted that someone was out there, um, hearing and watching, they sped off. So I was not able to get the plates, but I do have an associated house. So if any of you are experiencing living in a very, very just criminal infested area, thieves and burglars, make sure that you protect your home. That is top priority. And I would suggest getting some no loitering, no soliciting signs, as well as if you have any animals, beware of dogs and the like, um, or dogs on premise, which are actually even better because when you have those beware of dog signs, I have seen those work against the owner, and in that, oh well, is it a dangerous dog? Well, it shouldn't be outside even if it is on a collar or leash. So dog on premise signs is a little bit more of a safeguard for you homeowners and people just trying to keep your house safe. And if you live in a criminal infested area, make sure that you work on the defense, save money, build a fence. Also, teach your kids DangeR. And it's not about not being approachable, but if I didn't invite you, then why are you approaching? So don't put it on people to host. Build that armor, and then those that you know and trust are the ones that are welcome. Simple. And then you don't always have to interact with anyone walking by or, you know, people who want your attention. And that is just the message for today. Fortunately, we are all safe. And yeah, keep your doors locked. Make sure that all the windows are locked. And always pay attention to your surroundings. Thank you, everyone. That was just a quick tip from God TLC on our God TLC car drive. I'm parking right now. Subscribe and like. Today was just a quick session to how to keep yourself, your family safe, how to build a more prosperous society, how to be comfortable in your own surroundings. And I'm actually going to do something right now. You see the trees right there? That means that I'm outside, and it's always a little safer. It can be if you park in the garage, depending on your setup. So I'm just going to hit a reverse, and that way, people, if there are burglars and thieves, they're going to think that, oh, no one's home right now. And you, from the inside, you don't ever go chasing people. You get the license plates. You get where they're going. You call the right people, the authorities. You don't take the law into your own hands. It's only until right that they try to break in that you can defend yourself with the proper means. And yeah, you never approach them. In that situation, if they would have walked onto the driveway, right, they were calling our dogs, "Come here, boy. Come on, get my car, boy." To our dogs, our dogs would not listen to them. Good, and then they sped off once they noted that someone was watching them. If they would have walked on too, I would have um, made a presence and, you know, taken care of our animals, brought them in immediately, locked the doors. Um, but if they were close enough, then at that point you just have to use your cameras, use your resources, and record the situation, call the police, and don't put your family in jeopardy or danger. So never approach the bad people. That's what they want. They are toxic leeches, and as soon as you present yourself, they will try to take you out. So that's just a little tidbit of information. And you can have all the means in the world. You can have all the armor in the world, all the firearms in the world, but never approach them. That's what they want. We live in a society that at times glorifies the perpetrator and tells the victim that what they did is illegal or wrong. It's not until at that very last moment of you standing your ground in your house, in your car, that they're close enough that you can, use the proper means of defense. But to go and chase someone, don't do that. That will work against you. I've seen it in different trials and laws, examples, the research, the news. Don't ever chase them. And don't put yourself in a position where you have to chase someone. Just make sure that your armor is set and built and strong so that if they are to approach you, you can quickly de-escalate the situation. And that's just in today's society the norm. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining today, God TLC. I am now in the garage, and as you've noted here, you take your time, right? You take your time leaving your house. You look outside, what's going on. Make sure everything is locked, and if you were to get approached, well, no one has been invited. So from your armor, right? Look at this here. Feel this. Look, this is a window. That is armor, and while that armor can shatter if someone were to break it, it's much safer that you leave the situation in your armored vehicle than open the window. Oh, hey, and all of a sudden there is no barrier or filter between you and that outside world. So if any of you are experiencing that, living in an unsafe society, living in a crime infested area, know that you don't have to interact with those bad people. And those bad people might try to charm you. They might try to, if not enlist you, try to make you feel fear. And it's not about fear, it's about respect and boundaries. And if they can't respect boundaries, then they can leave. And if they refuse to leave, utilize the services of the police, utilize the services of 911. Lock your house. It isn't about fear, it's about boundaries. It's about setting up that wall. Well, that's thank you for subscribing, Brantley. Hello, Goober. Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. Today was just a very quick session on how to keep yourself and family safe in an unsafe environment. Remember, I host Tech That Builds Wealth, cybersecurity information technology, and if you've all joined or listened, if you have not, you will listen to one of the tidbits that I mentioned on there is zero trust. You have to have zero trust in real world in technology. And if someone were to knock at your door and they are uninvited, well, I mean, they can just leave a note. You're not obligated. That's how home invasions happen. People are too trusting. People are too submissive. No, you have to stand your ground dominantly. And it's not until that they've climbed through the window, you're already on the phone with the officers. But if you have the proper means of defending yourself, but just remember, in this society, the victim is usually blamed and ostracized for even just defending themselves, unfortunately. Certain places that I've seen, like Florida, aren't as rigid with defending yourself. If you are approached on your property, if someone walks up to you, walk away. Walk away and run into your house, into your armor. Do not let people approach you. They can talk to you from the street if you are on your property. I mean, there's a case that happened to someone from a 59-year-old Caucasian white woman was gardening, and a black man said hi, and she ignored him because she was gardening, and all of a sudden he attacked her, broke her eyelids, shattered her nose, and his defense was, oh, in this community, you say good morning, and she offended me when she didn't say good morning. No, you didn't have a right to go up to her property. She doesn't have to say jack shit to you. And unfortunately for her, she wasn't concealed carrying. Unfortunately for her, she didn't have a husband that was watching her garden and could have defended her. So you never, ever, ever have to give people your time, ever. And for someone to think that you owe them your time is toxic, and that needs to be destroyed. It needs to be pulverized. People need to come in peace, and if the world was just, if they didn't come in peace, then they'd leave in pieces. But in that situation, you come, even if someone says good morning to you, and you're just gardening and whatever. Even if he would have said it, he would have found a reason to do what he did. So always make sure that if you do not feel safe at all whatsoever, you go into your safe zone, and from there you observe, you analyze the situation, you analyze your environment, and then you determine whether or not it's worth it or it's safe to be out there. Assume that the world is not safe. Assume that there's something or someone trying to rob you or trying to break into your house or hurt you. Assume that. And from that point, I'm not saying to go around with PTSD. But what I'm telling you is to be a little bit more safe and not as la di la di la, nothing gonna happen. No, you assume as soon as you open that door, if you didn't look out your windows, right, that there's someone there, and you be alert of your situation until you are in a complete safety zone. So, with that being said, everyone, I want you to build your armor. Let me know in the comments and chats. Email me, how do you stay safe? How are you aware of your surroundings? And always work on you. Self care is working on you. Build your armor. Work out. Build some muscle armor. Work out. Make sure that you're wearing very comfortable clothes. Work some martial arts. And in your confidence, presently say, I am in my safe zone. Now, one thing that stood out to me is an expression that I heard from a martial artist. And you have the right to tell people, you will not get close. You will stay your distance. You will leave. You have to develop that confident voice, and always, the best choice is always to leave those toxic, violent situations. And remember, distance is your best friend in altercations. The more distance that you have, the safer you're going to be. If someone is like right up here, all of a sudden, hey, I need to talk to you. No, you leave. That is toxicity right away, right? Someone outside of the window, hey, open up your door. I need to talk to you. No, you back up on it. Even if you run over their foot, you leave that situation. That's how you win. And you never, ever, ever. They're not your teacher. They don't tell you what to do. You're not in school. You're not enrolled in their program. No, they walk away. Someone who's trained martial arts my entire life, they taught us humility. They taught us, hey, excuse me, sir, or excuse me, ma'am. May I talk to you? Okay, no, no, you don't even approach people that way. You leave a note, or even if you were to talk to someone because you saw something, you would approach from the street and while they're on their property, hey, excuse me, right, respectfully. And if there isn't that level of respect, and if that's someone sharping at you, that is not respect, and you do not respect that at all. Alpha. And those are just some tidbits on how to be safe. Make sure you all subscribe and like to the stream and channel. There will be more. I will keep you all updated. Remember, yesterday at a huge storm, someone tried to steal our dogs who were running around the yard. I saw it, I heard it. I could not get the license plates, but we will be more aware of what's going on around us because that will not be tolerated. God TLC, God 1011 Care signing out. Check out the rest of our videos, our podcasts, something for everyone. Peace.